evening, everyone. This is Robert. Our JL Network presents another exciting edition of Hockey Bones. This is Conquering the Hunt, the 2023-24 Florida Panthers, otherwise known as last year's Stanley Cup champions. Tonight we're going to do Game 2 of the regular season, and that was October 14th, 2023. We are at the Canada Life Center as the Florida Panthers are taking on the Winnipeg Jets. The Panthers historically lost this game, actually 6-4. And the Panthers, last year's Stanley Cup champs, got out to an 0-2 start. And we're already off to an 0-1 start, as we did lose to the Minnesota Wild in the first game of this replay. So I thought tonight, since I'm off, since we're having an off night, I figured maybe that we'd have to play a little bit of hockey, especially since the Panthers are in the Stanley Cup, got a very big win in Edmonton, and now come home for couple of games starting on Monday night. As I said, this is last year's team. I still believe last year's team was better than this year's team. But so far, the Stanley Cup playoff is going exactly as I figured. I figured that series is going 7. But we're going to play some regular season hockey right now with the Panthers, and they're taking on the Winnipeg Jets. This is Hockey Bones. I think this is maybe the best hockey game you can play on the tabletop. I just feel it just flows very well, and it just seems to me to make sense. So for those of you who wish to join me for a little bit of hockey, welcome, let's see what happens. So as I said, we're at the Canada Life Center. This is the home of the Winnipeg Jets. The Panthers don't have one more game on the road before they go home for their home opener. They have to play the New Jersey Devils. That will be Game 3 of this replay. As I said, we're going to play this replay as long as we can. Of course, I know I got Inside Pitch coming up in about less than a month. In about a month, as a matter of fact. So I want to get a few more hockey games in as well. So tonight, it's the Panthers against the Jets. We'll start here first to see if there are any bench minors. I'm going to do some smaller dice. I want to see if I get more control out of the smaller dice than do the big ones. And we'll see what happens. So bench minors for the Panthers is a 1-8, and nope, that's actually a 1-4-3. Bench minor for Winnipeg, 1-5-3, and not a chance. So no bench minors coming up in the first period. So let's take a look here at our starting lineups for the teams. We'll start with the first lines for the Florida Panthers. Of course, the starting center is Sasha Barkov, and he is the best two-way forward in the game. Won the Selke Trophy again this year for the third year in a row, and the Clancy Trophy, first ever hockey player to win the Selke and the Clancy in the same season. Sam Reinhart will be at right wing. Carter Verhaeghe will be a left wing. Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Gustav Forsling are the starting defensemen. Sergei Bobrovsky is in goal. For the Winnipeg Jets, starting center is Adam Lowry. And then you have on the right wing, Mason Appleton and Nikolai Ehlers. Dylan DeMello and Josh Morrissey make up the starting defensemen. And probably the best goalie in the game right now, even though we had a rough postseason, is Connor Hellebuck, and he probably is still the best goalie on earth. So got a tough one here tonight for the Panthers. I said Winnipeg did win this game historically 6-4. Melbert's 20 and D. Scott Howard, the GOAT Whisperer, join us here at Canada Life Center. And hopefully we have a good hockey game tonight. So as I said, I think I got the rules, as I said, pretty well done. I got all my quick reference charts ready to go. And we'll see what happens. How many times do you get to roll all sixes? Yahtzee, exactly, right? So let's get things started here at the Canada Life. So let's go to the first period. And we're going to use, I think for the first period and second period, we're going to use lines 1, 2, 3, and 4. Third period, I'm going to take out the fourth lines and just do 1, 2, and 3 is what I'm going to do. And we're going to see how this goes. So let's play some hockey. Sasha Barkov and Lowry will meet up in center ice. And let's see how things go. Let's get this game underway. Let's drop the puck. And that is a 2-10. 2-10 goes to Barkov. He is going to win it, and he will get the starting faceoff. 3-7, and that is an @ sign. That is going to be shot if total pass is greater than the die. Let's see. 1. Nope, that's a 5. That's not it. And that is going to be taken by Ehlers. Ehlers will go ahead and get that. 310. 310 is a P1 question mark. I'm not doing injuries. So that is a P1 and passive greater than intimidation bars. And yeah, that is a good pass, actually. And that is going to DeMello. DeMello will go ahead and passes it to DeMello. DeMello, a 4-7. A 4-7. 4-7 is a pound sign, and that's going to go out of play. And we're going to face off in neutral zone. So he goes ahead. That kind of went off of Appleton's stick when DeMello trying to make a pass, and it goes out of play. Face off in neutral zone. And that is a 1-7, and that will go to the right wing, Mason Appleton, for the Jets. Appleton 1-9, and that is an X. That's going to be a penalty, and that's going to be a delayed penalty call. So we're going to see an extra attacker coming on for the Panthers, and that's going to be Tkachuk. So Matthew Tkachuk will come on for the extra attacker. That is a 2. That is taken by Barkov. Barkov is going to have, let's see what he does here. Barkov, a 4-7, and a 4-7 is a 12, and he is going to have a shot. Barkov, 2-6-5, and nope, that's a 5-6, and that is going to be, that's going to go back to Barkov. That'll be a save by Hellebuck, but that will bring out the penalty. So we're going to have a power play here for the Panthers. But at least we got to find out, however, if that is all it is, as Appleton was called for the penalty. Let's see, and that is a 4-7, and that is even, and that's a blank. So nope, Appleton's going to be going to the penalty box. So penalty, they're going to call hooking on Mason Appleton, and the Panthers will go on the power play, and they'll go ahead and make a change. So we'll go to the next lines here for the Panthers, and they'll go, and let's see who's going to come out. Coming out for the Jets is going to be Gabriel Velarde. So Mark Sheffield, I think it's pronounced Sheffield, I believe it is. He lost his father actually last during the postseason this year, but he'll be at right wing. So we have a power play for the Panthers, and they will go ahead and call they'll do the change here first. So let's see what happens here. Power play in the defensive zone. And that is a 1-5, and that actually goes to Luosterainen. He's going to go ahead and get it. Luosterainen 4-7, and that is a power play. That is a pass. That is a power play pass. That's a nice pass to the left defenseman, Kulikov. No time off the clock for the first pass. 3-5, and that's a rebound shot. That is a rebound. Kulikov, a 1-4. And that is a 1-8. That's just going to miss. That is just going to miss. And let's see what he has here. He has that's a miss. That is a rebound. And Hellebuck, a 3-3, will go to the left wing. Oh, let's see if they clear. So 1-4 is a 5. And there is a screen there by Luosterainen. So a 2-12, they clear it. They do not. That's going to be a rebound shot for Evan Rodriguez. Rodriguez will get the rebound shot, and that's going to be off for Rodriguez. A 1-10. That is a 4. That is going to be saved by Hellebuck, and that is a 6-7, and that's going to be a face-off. So Connor Hellebuck will go ahead and hold on to the puck in the zone. Clee Baseball. Shifley. Thank you there, Clee Baseball fan. So once again, a face-off in the Winnipeg zone as the Panthers are on the power play early here in the first period. No score, just getting underway. And 4-7, and that goes to left wing, Tkachuk. He will take it. 6-3, and that is a 10. And yeah, Tkachuk's going to have a shot. 2-5-4 for Tkachuk. That is a 1-6. That is on range. Hellebuck, a 6-6, and saved by Hellebuck, and he holds on to it. Kachuk had a nice shot had a nice range shot on Hellebuck, but he will go ahead and make the save. As that a 6-6 is an F, and that is a save by Hellebuck. He holds on to it. Nice glove save by Chucky, or nice glove save by Hellebuck. Once again, face off in the zone, and that is 2-5, and that goes actually right defense. Pionk for the Jets gets it, and 2-4, and that is PF2, passive greater than intimidation bars, and it is actually a pass better than the intimidation bars, as he will make a pass to the center, Scheifele. Scheifele holds on to it, and 6-8, and that is 6-8 for Scheifele, and that is P3, passive greater than intimidation bars. It is. That's going to be a pass by Scheifele, and he passes that to he actually will pass it. He actually is the right wing, so he actually will hold on to it. Killing time off the clock. Scheifele, you see here, 3-9, and that is iced. Actually, no, that's not. That's actually intercepted. It's a shorthanded. That's going to be iced. I'm sorry. That's intercepted by Kulikov. Kulikov will get that, but the penalty comes to an end. So nothing there for the Panthers as they go 0 for 1 on the power play. Gabriel Velarde will come on. Kulikov has the puck. Kulikov does have it. And 6-5. 6-5 is a 5. And 3, let's see here, 3, 4, and plus 2 is 6. And that is going to be intercepted, I believe. And that will be taken by the right wing Velarde. So he will get that line change coming up for both teams. Velarde does have the puck. We'll wait until he gets rid of it. So Velarde has it. 2-8. And that is 2-8 is an 11. And he's actually going to have a shot. 2-8 is an 11. That's going to be a shot for Velarde. He wasn't too bad. 3-3-1. That is going to be a save by Bobby. And Velarde goes off the ice. And saved by Bobby. Let's see what happens here. And that is a 6-8. And Bobrovsky is going to hold on to the puck. So there'll be a save by Bobrovsky. He'll glove it and hold on to it. And 15:36 left first period. No score between the Panthers and the Jets. And let's see what we got here. Timeout, as we just want to get these all set back here. So let's see here. And we go to this. When I see a timer, I can go ahead and just reset the lines to know what happens. Okay. And we have a face-off here in the zone. So we have this guy's here. And wait a minute. I put the chuck there. Okay. They go under here. And we have this right. Okay, so face-off here in the defensive zone for the Panthers. I like how I got this done. I can easily make changes. So face-off here in the Florida zone, and that is a 6-7, and that goes to the left defenseman. That goes to Mahura. Nice win by Baby Barkov. Anton Lundell. Mahura will take it. 1-7, and that is a 1. No chance. Not against that, Mahura. And that is going to be taken by Nate Schmidt, who's now Nate Schmidt is actually on the Panthers this year. So Nate Schmidt takes it, and 3-7 for him. That is a 2. He's not going to get past the defense. 1, 2, and 3. That's going to be stolen back by Mahura. Mahura will take it right back from Schmidt. And 5-8. 5-8 is a 2. And again, Mahura ain't going to get that. And that's going to go this time. That's going to go to Afalo. To Alex Afalo. He goes that. 3-8. And that is a 4. And 1, 2, 3. He's actually going to have a shot. 2-3. And that is a 2-6. That's going to be a save by Bobrovsky. And 6-10. And that is actually going to be a rebound instead. So that is a rebound off of Bobrovsky's card. So it is a save, but it is a rebound. We'll just get to the rebound section. Always get the rebound here. So let's see. Do they clear first? 1-2. No screens. Not much of a clear. So only a 112. They will clear it. Nope, that will not be cleared. That's going to be a rebound shot for Sandberg. Sandberg a 1-4. Nope, not a chance on that. Not a chance on that. And that is 3-7. And that is going to go to the right wing. That's going to go to the visiting right wing back to Alfalo. So Alfalo will get that. Time for a line change. Panthers will bring on their next lines. And so will Winnipeg. Alfalo does have the puck. 5-8, and that is a PPS. That's going to be intercepted and taken by the right wing, Mackie Samoskevich. Alfalo comes off, and now the fourth line for Winnipeg is on there. Let's fix that. So Samoskevich has the puck now for the Panthers. And 5'11". 5'11" is a D5, defensive 5. Not a chance. They got the top line up there, DeMello and Morrissey. That's going to be taken away by Barron. Barron will get that. And 1-6 for Barron. That is a 9. He's going to have a shot. That's going to get through that line. Morgan Barron, a 2-6. No, that's going to be maybe wide of the net. And let's see, Bobrovsky 6'5", and nope, that's gonna be wide of the net, but the right defenseman DeMello will get that puck back. And 210 for DeMello, and that is a P2, and they're greater than intimidation bars. And let's see here, passive number greater than intimidation bars. You got 1, you got 2. No, that's gonna be taken away by Mikkola. Meeks will get with that puck, and we got 210. 210 is a PF4 checker 3, and nope, there's only one 4 checker. That's going to be a good pass. We a good pass. He passes that to Samoskevich. Samoskevich will now take it, see what he can do with it. Samoskevich really not much of a shooter early in the year. 4-5 for him, and that's going to be. I think he's going to be called for offside. So they're going to be a line change now, as the Panthers will now go back to their lines. We'll see a face-off in neutral zone. So line change for both teams. $12 minutes left to play first period. No score. Jets did win this game 6-4 historically. Panthers were still missing a few pieces from the Stanley Cup team that won it last year. So Barkov and Lowry again back on the line here in the first period. Face off, neutral. 6'11". 6'11" is right defenseman. That goes to Forsling. And as Barkov wins it. Forsling a 4'11", and that's going to be tipped in out of play as well. So Forsling tried to make a pass to Verhaeghe, and Ehlers tried to make a move on that, but looks like it was tipped and went out of play. So we will have another neutral zone face-off. 1-8, and that is, again, left defense. This time it goes to Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who is now on the Maple Leafs. I wish we had him here. I'll tell you right now, Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Brandon Montour, if they were still on the Panthers, what happened last night with that goal would not have happened. Larson, 4-5, and that is a rebound on Hellebuck. Larson is a 110. Nope, that's going to be saved by Hellebuck, 6'5", and 6'5" goes back to the left defenseman. They try to clear, though. It's a rebound shot. 1 + 4 is 5. No screen. So a 3-7-3, they'll clear it. And 3-7-6, they do not clear it. They needed a 3-7-3. That's a 3-7-6 that is not cleared. And that is going to be a rebound shot for Verhaeghe. He's a 2-8-1. Nope. That'll be taken care of there by Hellebuck. And that is a 6-6. And that's going to be held on for the faceoff. So a couple of shots there by OEL and Verhaeghe, but Hellebuck will hold on to it. Connor Hellebuck, I still feel, is the best goalie on earth right now. He He is still pretty darn good. He did have a rough postseason for the Jets in this postseason. So let's see. Let's go. It's going to be face off in the Jet zone. Lines will still stay on. There's still 11-12 left. 5-11, and that goes to Barkov. Barkov will win it. Visiting center Barkov. Sasha, 4-7. 4-7 is a 12, and 3-6-7-8. That's going to be a shot on goal for Barkov. He's a 2-6-5. That is in range. Hellebuck tries to make the save. 6-8, and save by Hellebuck. Barkov makes a nice shot on net, but Connor will make that save. That is a face-off. He will make that one there. He'll go ahead and make the save. Connor Hellebuck had a 0.921 save percentage last year and only a 2.39 goals against average. Face-off in the Jet zone. 1-7. That is right wing. That's taken by Appleton of Winnipeg. So Winnipeg wins it. 3-9. 3-9 is a PPS. And even strength, that is going to be intercepted. That's going to be taken by OEL. Oliver Ekman-Larsson will get that. And we have 4-12. 4-12 is a D7. And 3-6. That's going to be a shot for OEL. OEL is going to have a shot. He's a 1-10-2. He won't get that one. And Hellebuck, that's not even close, actually. 6-9, and that is going to be wide of the net. But left defenseman Brandon Dillon will take it, and we will have a line change. So lines come out, and let's see. So they'll go to the second lines here. And let's see, got to put the Panther lines back in there. So let's see. So that, and we have here, and got that box. That's for Hagee, Lumber. Where's the other ones? So we'll go with. Here we go. So second lines now come out for the Panthers. Dillon does have the puck, so he'll hold on to that, at least for now. So Dillon has it. 2-10. Now 2-10 is icing. So instead, he's just going to go ahead and ice the puck, and that will be it for that. So Dillon comes out. They will go ahead and complete their line change and bring on their lines. Okay, so face off in the Jet zone. 9:36 left to play. Luosterainen and Scheifele. 1-5, that goes to visiting center. That is Luosterainen. I got him at center for this game today. And Luosterainen, a 3-7, and that is an @ sign. And that shot, if pass greater than the die, he only got a 3. That's a 5. That is not going to be that's not going to work. That's going to go to Connor. Connor will intercept. Connor, a 3-8 for him, and that is a 12. And yeah, he's going to have a shot. Kyle Connor, a 2-9-5. No, that'll be saved by Bobrovsky. I'm going to say that's on net. And Bobrovsky, a 1-8, and that is also a rebound, actually. So that is a rebound. Do we have a clear? 3 + 2 is 5. 1 screen. So a 2-12 they clear. And that is not going to be cleared, and that is going to be a rebound shot for Velarde. He's a 3-3-1. That is on net. Bobrovsky's got to try to make a save. 3-8 and save Bobrovsky. He'll go ahead and hold on to the faceoff. Good big rebound shot by Velarde, but Bobby will go ahead and make the save there. A 3-8 is an F, and that is going to be a save for him. So there'll be a face-off in the Panthers zone here. So Luosterainen and Scheifele will face off here. 5-7, and that is visitor right defense. That is Mikkola. Meeks has it. 1-4. Pass forechecker 2. No, that's going to be intercepted and a shot. That's going to be taken away by the right wing Velarde as an interception. As Mikola tried to make a pass, but 3 forecheckers. He only has a PF2. Velarde 3-3-1. No, that's going to be wide of the net. Not even close. 5-2. But it will be taken by the left defenseman. Here. That taken by, I had the wrong card, didn't I? Yep, I did. My bad. Left defense, didn't need him though. Left defenseman Nate Schmidt. Schmidt picks it up though, but he does have the puck. 2-4, and that is a 4. He's not getting through the defense, and that will be taken by Evan Rodriguez. Line change coming up for both teams. As Rodriguez has the puck. And line change coming on here. And let's see what we have. So they will go with. So let's bring on the line. So this is next. That. And then that is the next line. And then this. And then we will go to. Open on that line. And we'll go with this line here. So Rodriguez does have the puck. So we wait until he clears it. So line change done. Rodriguez has it. 110, and that is a P1 pass greater than the P1 pass greater than the pass greater than intimidation bars, and that is a 1. That's not going to be a good pass. That's actually going to be taken away by Lowry. So Lowry's got it. Panthers complete the change. And we'll put the other line here for the Jets. Complete the change. So Lowry has it now. Lowry a 111-7, and let's see. 3-4. Yeah, Lowry's going to have a shot. Lowry's going to make a chance here. Lowry a 2-5-3. Nope, that's going to be wide. And Bobrovsky a 4-5, and they're not going to be able. He's not going to be able to make the play. Left wing Ehlers will get to that puck. Jim Connell joins us here at Canada Life Center. 4-4, and that's going to be an automatic shot for Ehlers. Ehlers 2-6-1. And 2-7-6. No, that's going to be on net, though. But Bobrovsky will come in with the save. 4-5. And left wing again goes back to Ehlers. So Ehlers will pick it up. And 1-7 for Ehlers. This time it's an at pass of greater than the die. And let's see. He only has a 1. That's a 5. That's not going to work. Verhaeghe will take that puck away. Carter Verhaeghe with it now, 5-9, and that is a P1. P1 greater than intimidation bars. Nope, there is 1 there. It has to be greater than, not equal to. So actually, right defenseman DeMello will take the puck. Line change. Line change for both teams. DeMello still has the puck though. A 3-7 for him, and that is going to be out of play. Looks like it was tipped maybe by Lomberg, who was coming on. And that puck is out of play. So, let's see what we got here. So, a face-off here in the neutral zone between Lundell and Nemestikov. And we have 5:30. We have 5:36 left to play in the period. No score. Let's see what we got here. Face-off, 6-6. Visitor right wing. That is Cousins. Cousins will get it. Cousins 6-6, and that is a 10. He's going to have a shot. He's going to have a shot on goal. Cousins is a 1-9-2. Not even close. That probably hit the glass in the back. Hellebuck 2-7, but that is going to be a rebound though. Pionka 1 + 4 is 5 to clear. No screen, so a 3-7-3. They clear it. They will not. That's going to be a rebound shot for Lomberg. Lomberg a 1-10-3. That's going to be off the mark as well. It's going to be off the mark as well. Hellebuck 3-8. and he's going to hold on to it this time. So another face-off in the Winnipeg zone. Still no score here between the Panthers and the Jets. This is game 2 of the 2023-24 regular season, the year the Panthers won their first Stanley Cup. Go Cats, go. And here we are at the Canada Life Center for this game between the Panthers and the Winnipeg Jets. Face-off in the Jet zone. And 212, and that is home right. That is actually an AA. That's going to go to Lundell, has the higher rating there. So actually, does he actually get that? Or no, I think it goes to the right wing. Yes, it does. Actually, it's going to go to Kupari. So Winnipeg's Kupari is actually going to get it. Lundell's an A, not an AA. 1-6 for Kupari, and that's going to be a penalty on him and another delayed penalty call. So let's see where it goes to. It goes to the center, Anton Lundell. And we're going to use, I'm going to call for Hagee to come in there for the extra attacker here. So Lundell, a delayed penalty call, and a 5'11". 5'11" is a D6, and that's going to be taken away by Kupari anyway, and we're going to have another power play on the Jets. So another power play. Kupari has nothing at all here. That's going to be a 2-minute minor for slashing, and we're going to go. They're going on the power play. So another power play coming up for the Cats, and let's see who they're going to bring on to the power play here. So 4:48, and let's see. Cats are going to go with. They're going to bring on. Let's see here, power play. They're going to bring on the top line for the Cats here. Bring on the top line, and they will also go with the defense line. They will go with they'll use Mahora and Balinskis on that. They haven't gotten much play yet. And Winnipeg will make a line change as well. They will go to they'll go to the main penalty kill line, which is going to be this line here. And they will bring out their top defenseman as well for the defense line. And they'll bring out these guys here. And we're set to play. And going on the penalty is going to be Velarde. So Scheifele will be in right wing position. So power play for the Panthers. They were 0 for 1 on the first one. Let's see if they do any better on this. So 6-6 in the defensive zone, 6-6 power play right wing, and that is Reinhart. Reinhart will get it. 4-12, and that is a 4-12 is a 12, and yeah, that's going to be good enough. Reinhart is going to have a good shot here. Reinhart is a 4.84. That's on net. Hellebuck, 6-6, and saved by Hellebuck. Another shot, a big shot on net by Reinhart, but Hellebuck comes up with it. So hard to get a puck past him. He is that good. He's going to be very tough to get through. Nice save by Hellebuck. That was right on goal by Reinhart. Power play face-off, 111, and that is to Barkov. Barkov's going to go ahead and get that. And that is a 4-7. 4-7 is a 12, but in the power play zone, there's a 14. That's an automatic shot. 2-6-5 for Barkov, and 2-8-5. No, sorry, 2-7 power play. 2-8's going to miss just barely. Just barely. 2-9 for Hellebuck, and that's going to be a face-off again. So Hellebuck comes up with another big face-off in net. That was an automatic. That was pretty much an automatic shot by Sasha, but he couldn't get that through. Another face-off in the Jet zone. 6-7. That is power play. That is visitor left defense. That is Mahora. Mahora, a 1-9, and that's a rebound. That is going to be a rebound shot. Mahora is a 1-2-1. That's not happening. So let's see if they clear on a rebound shots. Let's see, 4-5, no screens. No screens, so that's a 9. So a 5-7-3 to clear. They will do that. That's going to be cleared and taken by that's a 6. It's going to go to the left wing, Kyle Connor. So Connor gets it. As a shot there by Mahura, but it's cleared. 111 on Connor's card is a 10, and they against the power play team. Let's see here. That is a 10. So let's see. 4, 5, 7. Connor's going to have a shorthanded chance. Connor's going to have a shorthanded chance. A 1-3. Nope. Not even close. And that is 6-4. And that actually goes back to Scheifele. Bobrovsky actually had to make a play and then stick it to the side. Scheifele picks it up. 3:12 left to go in the game, and one more set in the power play. And 2-5 for Scheifele, D7, and he D7, but it is against team defense. Scheifele's going to have a shorthanded shot. That's not going to make it, though. That's wide. And 1-8 for Bobrovsky. That's actually going to be a rebound. That's going to be a rebound, actually. So they're going to have to make a rebound play. Mahura, 1 + 1 is a 2. There is a screen. So a 1-7-3 they clear. A 1-8-5 they don't. That's actually going to go to Morrissey. Morrissey's going to have a rebound chance. And a 2-7. No, shorthanded is not going to work. And 3-8 is going to be faced off by Bobrovsky, and that will end the power play. So nothing there for the Panthers on the power play, and they go 0 for 2 now on the power play with 2:48 left. And they're going to go ahead and make a final line change now. So let's see who the Panthers are going to bring on for the final line change. They'll go with their number 2, and they will go with their one here. Mello and Mahura will come off. So 2:48, I'm going to make this the final shift. It's close enough for Jazz. So final shift here for the period. Still no score first period. Luosterainen and Nemestikov will go ahead and face off. This is in the Panther zone. 6-7. 6-7 is visiting left defense. That is Kulikov. 110, pass for checker 2. That's going to be a good pass. That's going to go to Luosterainen. Luosterainen will take it. And 4-6 for Luosterainen, and that is a 4-6 is a 6, and 2, and let's see, 2-4-5. That's going to be a shot for Luosterainen. 2-5-2. Nope, not even close. And we'll see where that puck winds up. 2-7, and that's actually going to be rebounded. So it'll be a rebound. 2-4, and no one screen. So it's going to be a 3. So a 2-7-3 they clear. And there goes the diagonal board. And 2-7 they do, and they will clear, and that's going to be going to the left wing, Morgan Barron. So a nice play there by Sandberg and Schmidt to clear the puck away, and no rebound will occur. Barron has it. 4-8, and that is out of play. Might have been Mikkola tried to make a play. Barron tried to make a pass, and Mikkola just ticked it out of there. So, okay. Face off in the neutral zone. 1:36 left to play in period 1. Still no score. 5-9 and face off, and that is visitor right wing. That's Rodriguez. 5-12, and that is a 7. He's going to have a shot. He's going to have a shot against the defense. Rodriguez, a 1-9-1. Nope. 1-9-1, 3-9 on Hellebuck, and he's going to hold on to it. So a shot by Rodriguez had a nice, maybe a possible play, but Hellebuck is going to make the play there. So Another face-off in the jet zone. 2-1-7, and that goes to home right wing. That goes to Kupari. And 6-5 for Kupari, and that's going to be offsides. Kupari tried to make a play to Barron, but it looked like Barron may have gotten over the blue line too quick, and now a face-off in neutral zone. Lusterrainen and Nemestikov, 6-9, and that is home center. Nemestikov has it. 3-7. 3-7 is a 5, and 3-6-7. Nope, that's going to be taken away by Kulikov. Kulikov has it. Final time sequence in the period. Kulikov 2-11, and that is a P3. That's going to be a good pass. That's going to be a nice pass to Tkachuk. Passes it to Tkachuk, and this will be the final play will be the final play. 6-9. Sorry, 6-7 on Tkachuk. That is a pass by him, and that is a pass to the right wing, but that is going to make it run out of time. So at the end of the first period, we got no score between the Panthers and the Jets. A couple of big shots on Bob and Hellebuck, but they come through with some saves, and we have no score here in the first period. So how about that? Another scoreless game. This is pretty much Panther hockey. Low-scoring games always favor the Panthers instead of the opposing team usually. But that is the end of the first period. Quick intermission here. Second period coming up. I'll be right back. Before we start the second period, let's go ahead and get the lines set up here. So for the Panthers, this is the second period. So let's see. We're still going to keep the fourth lines on the period. So we will go with Tkachuk, Lomberg, and then the first line will be last. And then we'll go, let's see. We'll have Larson start off there, Mahoro and Balinskis for the Panthers. And for Winnipeg, we'll have their second line. Their first line will be at the bottom. And they will start with their first line, won't they? Yeah. Start with their first line. So ready for the second period. And let's see if there's any bench minors to do. Ooh, yeah. There is going to be a bench minor. 1-3-5 on the Panthers. There's going to be a bench minor on them. What about Winnipeg? No. So there's going to be a bench minor on the Panthers, and that is going to occur. 4-7. That's even. That's going to be at the 8-minute mark. So I think the Panthers are going to get called for too many men on the ice for a bench minor at the 8-minute mark. So we'll put a marker here, knowing there's a bench minor penalty on the Panthers. So we're actually going to have our first bench minor, probably too many men on the ice, I'm pretty sure. So ready to start the second period here. Sergei Bobrovsky and Connor Hellebuck. Yes, two great goalies on display. Hellebuck is the best goalie on earth, in my opinion. And I'm pretty sure here everybody will agree that Bobby is going into the Hall of Fame. So face off at center ice. Panthers and Jets still no score in a game that Winnipeg won 6-4. Let's see, 1-5, and that is visiting center. That's Luosterainen. 4-2, and that is going to be shot if higher than the pass higher than the high. It is actually. That's a 3. That's a 1. That's going to be a shot for Luosterainen. 2-5-2. 2-4-5. That's on net. Hellebuck. 6-6, and again he comes through with a big face-off. Shot by Luosterainen. That was on net, and again I roll another 6-6. I think that's the fourth time I rolled a 6-6, and Hellebuck just comes through with another save. Face-off in the Jet zone. 110, and that is home. Nope, that's going to be home. Yep, home left wing. Kyle Connor will get that. 5-8, and that is a D6. That's not getting past OEL or Forsling, and that is taken by Rodriguez. 1-8 for Rodriguez, and that's going to be intercepted by Scheifele. Intercepted by him. 5-9. 5-9 is PPS. That's going to be re-intercepted again, and this time it goes to Tkachuk, the left wing. And let's see, 3-7 for Tkachuk. 3-7 is shot if higher than the die. And let's see, no, this time he's the passer. He's the assist guy. That's not going to be higher. That is going to be taken away by Scheifele, and that will bring up a line change. So line change coming up. Scheifele still has the puck, though. 4-7 for Scheifele is a 4. And no, he's not getting past the defense. That'll be taken by Nick Cousins. So Cousins gets that for the Panthers. And Cousins is a 3-7. He got a goal for the Panthers in the first game of this replay. So 3-7 for Cousins. And that's going to be taken away. That's going to be taken by Pionk. Pionk will get that. 6-7 on him. 6-7. Pass of greater than 4, checker 3. Yep, that's going to be a good pass. That's going to go to Nemestikov. Nemestikov 2-9. And that's a rebound chance on Bobrovsky. Nemestikov a 2-6-2. And 2-9-6. It's just going to be out of range. There's a rebound chance, though. That's going to be out of range. 3-3. And that goes to Nemestikov if he gets it. Clearing, though, for Kulikov, 3 + 2 is 5. Barron is a screen. So a 2-12, they clear it. They don't. Nemestikov has a rebound shot. 2-6-2. No. That's going to be off the mark. And 4-9, and that is going to be given to Lindell. Lindell will go ahead and get that. Lindell will take it. 1-2, and that is a 12. And yeah, that's going to beat everybody. Lindell is going to have a shot on goal. 1-11 is going to have a shot chance. 1-11, not even close. Not even close. Hellebuck 4-5, and that goes back to Nico Mikkola, actually. And line change coming up for both teams. And Mikkola still has the puck, though. Mikkola a 3-6, and he ices it. So it's going to be a face-off anyway back in the Panther zone. And we'll have the new lines now. So the Stenlund and the Perfetti lines are now on the board for both these teams. 16 minutes left in the period. Face off in the Panther zone now. 6-7. 6-7 visitor left defense. That's Mahura. And 5-6 for him. Passive greater than 4, checker 2. No, that's going to be intercepted in a shot be intercepted and a shot by left wing Niederreiter. Nino Niederreiter is going to have a shot chance. 2.55. No, that's going to be off the mark. And 5.7, and that is going to be held by Bobrovsky. So Bobrovsky will actually hold on to the puck there as Mahura tried to make a pass, but Niederreiter went ahead and made the steal, tried to make a shot, but Bobby goes ahead and makes the play. So face off in the Panther zone. 110, home left wing, and that is Niederreiter. Niederreiter will get it. 4.6, and that is D5. That's going to be a shot. Niederreiter, a 2.55. Nope, that's going to be wide of the net, not even close. 5.3, and that goes all the way around back to Nate Schmidt. So Schmidt will go collect the puck as it goes around the boards. Schmidt 5.6, and that is a P3. Pass greater than intimidation bars. That's a good pass. That's going to go back to Sandberg. Sandberg will get that. Sandberg 4.7, and he ices that. Sandberg tried to make a play, but it seems to go all over across the board, and they will have a face-off now in the Winnipeg zone. Still no score here, second period. Stenlund and Perfett, and let's see here, 14-24. Yeah, they'll make a change. So teams will make a change now. Why not? As they will make a line change. And we need to replace the centers, so we will go with these here. And then we go with here. So face off in the Winnipeg zone for the teams. So Barkov will go up against Lowry here. Top lines on the board. So face off in the Jet zone here. Sasha and Lowry, and 1-4, and that is going to go to Barkov. Barkov's actually going to win. He's a AA, and that goes to OEL. Oliver Lekman-Larsson's got it. And 5.11 is a D3. He's not going to get, which actually becomes a D5. Actually, no, D3. It won't matter. It's going to be taken away anyway. That's going to be taken by Lowry. Lowry will get that. 3.4 for Lowry, and that is going to be, and Lowry, that's gonna be face off. They're gonna call Lowry for offsides. Face off in neutral zone. 1.7, a home right wing. That's Appleton. 2.6, and that goes to. And that's going to be shot of greater than the die. Pass greater than the die, no. That's going to be taken by right defense Forsling. Forsling will get that. Forsling a 6.6, 6.12 for Forsling. And not a 6.1. No, not even nowhere near. Is that going to work? And that's taken away by DeMello. DeMello gets it. 2.9. And that's going to be... I think it's going out of. I think it's going to be out of play, and it is. It's going to be out of play for DeMello. DeMello tried to make it, but he's maybe called for a high stick. Looks like maybe Verhaeghe got a little bit of it, but Dylan DeMello couldn't make the play, and we will have a face-off in neutral zone. 12:24 left. They will go ahead and make a change. It's close enough to the changes, so they will make a change here, and we'll see who they bring out. So go here, bring out that line there. So the second line will come out for both these teams. And face off in the neutral zone. Cards move around in these things, don't they? Okay, no problem. All right. Face off between Luosterainen and Scheifele. And that is and that's neutral zone. So 5.11, and that is visiting center. Luosterainen will get it. Luosterainen, a 4-3, and that's going to be a face-off. It looks like maybe he was called for offsides. 12 minutes left in the second period. Still no score. 5-11, and that again is visiting center, Luosterainen. Luosterainen 3-4, and that is and this time he ices the puck. So now it's going to be back in the Panthers zone. So right now, Florida and Winnipeg not able to get anything going here, really, between these two. Lots of neutral zone action, but just not really getting anything here. Face-off in Bobby's zone, and that is a 1-6. That is home left wing. That's Connor. Connor 3-7, and that is a P3. That's not a P3, and that is passive greater than intimidation bars, and that is going to be a good pass. That is going to be a pass to Scheifele. Scheifele will get it. Scheifele 5-5, and that's going to be taken away. That'll be taken away. PPS is intercepted on even strength, and that will go to Kulikov. Kulikov will have it. That is 5-7 for Kulikov, and that is going to be out of play. Another face-off at 10:24 left to play here. So none of these guys can get anything going here so far. What do you call it? Definitely a defensive battle between these guys. So 10:24 left to play, and close enough. They'll make the line change. So next line's coming out for both teams. And it's a face-off in neutral zone. Lundell and Nemestikov. 5-9, and that is visitor right wing, which is Cousins. 3-7. I'm sorry, no, 3-9. I can't read. 3-9 for Cousins is a 3, and is a 1-3-4. That'll be taken away by Sandberg. Sandberg will get that. Coming up on the bench minor, 6-8. 6-8 is, and that's going to be a face-off. So right now, both these teams, it must be the early season jitters for both these teams here at the Canada Life Center, Panthers and Jets. And right now, it just seems like both these teams are just trying to find a way to see if they can get through each other. Bobrovsky and Hellebuck just playing some very good goaltending here. So a face-off at neutral zone, and that is a 2-6. 2-6 is home right wing. That's Kapari. 1-6, and that's going to be a penalty on him. That's going to be a penalty, and that's going to be a delayed penalty. So that's going to be a delayed penalty. Matthew Tkachuk will be the extra attacker, and that's going to go to right wing Cousins. So Cousins is going to get one chance with it, and that is a 5-9. 5-9 for Cousins is a D4, and is a D4 greater than or equal to. That's going to be a shot for Cousins. Cousins a 1-9-2. Nope, that's going to be way off the mark for Cousins, and a 1-8 goes to the right wing Kupari, and that's going to be, we're going to have the penalty, but it's only going to be a short power play because we have a bench minor coming up on the Panthers as well. So Tkachuk will go back into his line. And so we're going to have a penalty here. So 9:12 left to play in the period. And what we'll do here for the power play, I think what you want to do here, well, Winnipeg is going to go to their power play line, so they're going to make a change. So out comes that. Panthers will bring on their main line here. And let's see. Panthers will go on the main line here, but there's going to be a bench minor though anyway. They will go on. They will bring out their line. So a face-off in the jet zone, and he had no, it was going to be a 2-minute minor for cross-checking. So we got a penalty. So we have a 5-on-4 for a couple of minutes, and then we have a bench minor coming up on the Panthers. So let's see what happens here. Let's see if the Panthers take advantage of it, and who's going to be out. And they're going to put out. Who are they going to put out? They are going to go. They're going to take out. They're going to take out Ehlers because Appleton has a start. These are two very good penalty killers here. So Appleton and Lowry will be on the kill line. So a 5-on-4 face-off in the Winnipeg zone. 2-8, and that is visitor center. That's Barkov. Barkov will get it. Barkov a 5-9, and that is a pass, and that is going to be a pass. I'll pass it to Verhaeghe. No time off the clock. Verhaeghe's got it now. 2-6, and that is D6. That is D6. That's going to be good. Greater than or equal to the defense. That's going to be good. Verhaeghe's going to have a shot. 2-9. Nope. Nobody can get a shot going on in this game here. 2-9. 4-10 on Hellebuck. Goes back to the left defenseman. Goes to Larson. So Larson will now get it. Larson 3-9. And that's going to be a penalty on Oliver Ekman-Larsson. And they're going to stop play. Penalty on him. And 6-10 is going to be a 2-minute minor for slashing. So he's going to go out now. So I now, and I'm going to have a bench minor here. So this is going to get nasty. So it's going to be a 4-on-4 for one time sequence. So how do we want to do this? So Oliver Ekman, so Larson comes out. We got to switch to the next line. So he's out of there. They will keep, they're going to take off this line, bring on the second line here instead. And it will be, who's going in the, Lustarena is actually going to be will be out there for the 4-on-4. And then we're going to have a bench minor. It's going to be a 4-on-3. It's going to be, then it's going to be, so it's still a penalty here on the Jets. So now it's a 4-on-4 for one time sequence. Hope I get this right. So face off in Bobby's zone, 6-9, and that goes to the visiting center. It's not nobody there because Lowry is actually in right wing. Reroll 6-7, and this time visiting left defense, and that is actually Mahura. So Mahura will get that. And 1-2, and that is going to be out of play. That's going to be out of play, actually. It's going to be a face-off there. And now we have a bench minor coming up on the Panthers. So now it's going to be a 4-on-3. And we're going to stick with the blind we have here, and it will be Kachuk going out. So now it's a 4-on-3 for one time for two time sequences, and then it becomes a 4-on-4 again, and then a 5-on-5. Hope I'm doing this right. So a face-off here in neutral zone. So it's a 4-on-3 for now. So 5-3, and visitor home right defense. That's Pionk. So he will take it. 1-9, and that is a 1. And that's still not going to get through this, I don't think. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 plus 5. And penalty, let's see, PK 3. No, that's going to be taken away. That's going to be grabbed by Belinskas. He'll go ahead and get that. So 4-on-3, a 2-10 for Belinskas. That is a 4. That is not happening. That'll be taken by right defense back to Pionk. So that is over. So now, so Kachuk will now come out on the ice. It's now a 4-on. Was it Kachuk? I forget who was it. Was it the 5? Not a 5-on-3. It's now a 4-on-4. So a 4-on-4 So actually, Luster-Rainen is back out. So now it goes back to a 4-on-4. Actually, no, Ehlers is back, so it's a 5-on-4 now. So 5-on-4. So 2-6, and that's right wing, and that 2-6, and well, I didn't write that. Did I? Pionk has the puck. I'm an idiot. 2-6. That's a rebound, actually. 1-6 for Pionk. 1-6. Wow. Whoa. He's a 1-6, but he's got a 1-6, and that is a 1-6. And that is a 1-6. It's going to be a shot by Pionk on Bobrovsky. 2-5. Save. Bobrovsky is going to go ahead and make the save, and both teams are going to get back to even strength. So Neil Pionk actually had a shot, but Bobrovsky is going to make the play, and both teams are now at full strength. That was ugly. So let's make some changes here. So make some line changes. Face off at the Panthers zone. So 5-on-5 and 3-9. 3-9 is visitor right wing. That is Cousins. Cousins 1-8, and that Cousins 1-8 is another penalty on Cousins. That's going to be a delayed penalty as well. So coming on for the extra attacker it'll be Mason Appleton. And Cousins gets that to Perfetti. Perfetti will have a shot with it. 6-3. And 6-3 home 5. And yeah, that's going to be a shot for Perfetti. He's just going to get it. Perfetti, a 2-7-4. No. Bobrovsky will go ahead and make the play. 1-11. But it is a rebound, though. That is a rebound. Mahura and Balinskis, the rebound rating is 2. Appleton screening a 1. A 1-7-3, they clear. Nope. That's going to be a chance for Perfetti on a rebound. Rebound 2-7-4. Nope. He can't make it. 6-5, and that'll be a face-off. So Bobrovsky will make that shot, and now we have a penalty on Cousins now. And let's see what his penalty is. 1-9, and it's just going to be him for charging. So Nick Cousins is going to get called for charging here at 6:24 left, and more penalties. So we got to make another change here, I guess. So the Panthers are going to go to that line comes out, and they will bring out the Tkachuk line for this. They'll go with the Mikkola in that line, and they will go with a Scheifele line and Appleton back, and they'll bring out they'll go with the Sandberg and Schmidt line, I believe. Okay. So penalty on Cousins, and being out of the game will be Luster-Rainen. No score, second period, Panthers and Jets. Does somebody want to play some hockey here? Face off in the Panther zone. 1-7, right wing, home right wing, that's Velarde. 3-8, and that is iced. Oh, no, that's not. Is that iced? Yeah, that's iced. Even power play, that's going to be iced. Velarde goes ahead and ices that. And we're going to have a face-off back in the Jet zone. 5-8 for that. And that is Holmes' power play, Scheifele. Scheifele will go ahead and get that. 1-5 for him. P2. Pass grade intimidation bars. And no, actually, that is not. That is not. Passive grade intimidation bars. You got Mikkola and you have Tkachuk, and that's going to be taken away by Mikkola. Mikkola will get that. And 5-9, and that is going to be face-off in neutral zone. So Nico Mikkola goes ahead and makes a play there, and still a 5-on-4 penalty here for the Jets on the Panthers. And neutral zone face-off. 310. 310 is left wing. And home left wing, that's Connor. Connor will get it. 511, and that is home 2. And I don't think it's going to get through that. It gets a penalty. Let's see here. 3, 6, 9, 12, and defense PK4. No, that's not going to get through. That's going to be taken by Mikola. Mikola will get that. And 2-7. 2-7 is face-off. And that will kill the power play. So nothing there for the Jets. They didn't even get a shot. Jets didn't even get a shot. So we got a face-off here at 4:24 left to play. Second period, still no score. And we'll make a line change. So line changes are going to be made here. And they'll go with those lines. Get the fourth line on the board. And they will put out the OEL defense line here. Okay, so face off at the neutral zone. 4:24 left in the period. Stenlin and Perfetti. 5-5, and that is home center. Perfetti will get it. 1-8, and that is going to be taken away. Nice play there by OEL. Oliver Ekman-Larson will get it. 5-8, and 5-8 is a rebound on Hellebuck. Oliver Ekman-Larson, a 1-10-2. Nope. And let's see. 4-5 on Hellebuck goes to right defenseman Gustav Forsling, but do they clear? 4 + 5 is 9, and no screens. So a 5-7-3 to clear. They will. Instead, that's going to be a good clear, and instead that's going to be taken by Niederreiter. 3-6, no rebound, so 3-6, and a penalty on Niederreiter, and that'll be automatically called. So now a penalty is called on Niederreiter, and 2-4, and it'll be 2 for hooking. So Winnipeg, so a penalty is called on Niederreiter, and now the Panthers will go back on the power play. So 3:12 left to play in the period, and how do you want to do this here, Winnipeg? Well, let's see. Panthers will go to their power play line, which is line 1. They will make the change in defense. Bring on Kulikov and Mikola. And they will bring on their defense line. They will go with. No, they won't bring that out. They will go with main line and DeMello and Morrissey. And who's out? So penalty will be on. They're going to put it on Ehlers. So Lowry will be Adam Lowry will be at the right wing. So Barkov and Lowry facing off. 3:12 2-minute power play for the Panthers. Lots of penalties in this game today. Let's see what happens. 1:12, and it is power play right wing, which is Reinhardt. Reinhardt, a 4-7 P3 pass greater than intimidation bars. That's going to be a good pass by Reinhardt, and that's going to go to Barkov. Barkov will get it. No time off the clock. 3-9 for Barkov. Barkov D4. No, that's going to be taken away by Morrissey. Morrissey will get that. 4-6, and that is P4. And P4, that's actually intercepted. That'll be taken. That's going to be an automatic interception by Mikola. Mikola will have it. And 6-6 for Mikola and PF1. That's going to be PF1, and that's going to be an automatic pass. He passes it up to Reinhardt. Reinhardt now has it. Reinhardt, a 3-11 and D5. No, he's not going to get through that. That's going to be good. The Jets are pretty good. Jets didn't suck in 23-24. That's going to be taken by DeMello. So nothing there either. DeMello will go ahead and take it. 1-5, and that's going to be out of play. Face off. And that ends the power play. So nothing there for any of these teams. And they'll keep the same lines on to finish this period. So Barkov and Lowry, still no score. Hellebuck and Barkov and Bobrovsky have made some good saves. Face off. 3-10. And left wing, that goes to Ehlers. Home left wing goes to Ehlers, although Barkov is an AA. 6-8 for Ehlers, and that is a 6. He's not getting through that. That's going to go taken by Mikula because a 4-7 won't get through. Mikula, a 6-5, and that's going to be stopped. The play will stop there. 24 seconds left. Face off again. 5-9. 5-9 is home right wing. That's Reinhardt. Reinhardt has it. 5-4, and that is a 10. And let's see, 4. That's going to have a shot. Reinhardt's actually going to have a shot. Reinhardt has a last-minute shot. 3-8-3. 3-9-4. That's going to be off the mark. Just missed. Probably off the post. 2-6. And that goes back to Carter Verhaeghe. But and we still got no score after 2. So after 2 periods of play, no score between the Panthers and the Jets. For those of you that are staying through this, I congratulate you. Even I'm getting a little bit perturbed on this one. But we still got no score here after 2. Panthers-Jets here. Sergei Bobrovsky and Connor Hellebuck putting on a goaltending exhibition. We'll be right back after these messages. We're going to go into the third period. I'm going to deactivate the number 4 lines now for each team. So the number 4 lines are going to come out. We're not going to use them, at least on the forward lines. So now we're just going to stick with the 3. I was figuring these teams are trying to get something going here. I will deactivate the number the 4th lines now for these teams. Of course, the defense lines, of course, are still the same. Bench minors, none for the Panthers, and none for Winnipeg. Okay, time for the third period. No score. Panthers and Jets. Sergei Bobrovsky and Connor Hellebuck showing you how to play goaltending here in the NHL. Barkov and Lowry will face off at center ice. There were 10 goals historically scored in this game, and we don't have a single one yet. Face off. 4-8. And 4-8 is home right wing. That's Appleton. Appleton 1-4. D4. That's not getting through anybody. That's going to go taken by Reinhardt. Reinhardt will get it. 3-5. Reinhardt is a 9. And 4-7-8-9. That's going to be a shot for Reinhardt. He's a 3-8-3. 3-6-3. That's on shot. That's on net. Hellebuck 6-7 and save. And he'll hold on to it. Connor Hellebuck makes another save on Reinhardt as he tried to get one past him, but Hellebuck gets it done. And we'll have a face-off in the Jet zone. Face-off in the Jet zone, 2-11, and that is visitor left defense. Visitor left defenseman, that goes to Ekman Larson. Ekman Larson 5-7, and that's going to be a penalty on Ekman Larson. He's going to get called for a penalty, and it'll automatically stop there. And let's see, any retaliation, 3-8? No, that's going to be a 2-minute minor on Larson. So a 5-on-4 coming up now for the Jets as OEL gets called for penalties. And let's see what they're going to do here. They got 1848. Larson will come out. They'll go to the second line as well as them. And they will go to their second line also. And coming out for the Panthers will be Luostarinen. 5-on-4 for the Jets. In the Panther zone. 4-5, and that is right defense. That's actually won by the Panthers. That goes to Mikkola. Mikkola will have it. 6-6. And 6-6 is PF1, but he is on the PF1. Passive greater than for 4 checker arrows, and it is. Actually, it's a good pass. That's going to be a nice pass back to himself, actually. Mikkola is going to pass it to Kulikov and back to himself, which takes time off the clock. 2-11, and that is a P1. And that is a 3. And shorthand up, that's going to be intercepted. That's going to be taken by right defenseman Sandberg. Sandberg gets it. Sandberg for Winnipeg, 6-10. And P3, that does not beat the 5. That does not beat the 5. And that is going to be P3, passive greater than P3, pass greater than 2. Actually, that's going to be good. No, that's going to be good. P3, that's a good pass. That'll go to Nate Schmidt. Schmidt will take it. 3-4 and D7. That's going to be a shot. Nate Schmidt is actually going to take a shot. 1-6. No. That's going to be wide of the net. 5-7 on Bobrovsky. He's going to hold on to it. So Nate Schmidt tried to make a shot on Bobby, but Bobby will get that puck and hold on to it. Face off back again in the Panthers zone. 3-7, and that is home left wing. Kyle Connor's got it. Still on the power play. 2-6. 2-6 is a 14. That's going to be an automatic shot. Connor, 2-9. 2-11-3. No. That's going to be wide of Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky, 5-9. And that's going to go to Nico Mikkola. And the power play is over. And once again, nobody can get anything. Luostarinen comes on the ice now, 5-on-5. They'll keep the lines until the next change. 2-8 for Mikkola. That is a 5. And 1-3. Let's see. 1-2. Let's see. 1-3, 4. That's going to be a shot for Mikkola. Mikkola 1-6-5. Nope. That is going to be off the mark there. Hellebuck 3-6, and he's going to hold on to it. So Mikkola tried to make a shot on Hellebuck, but he grabs it. And still no score here in the third. And we'll have a line. They'll do a line change. They will do a line change for both teams. So Lundell and Nemestikov will now face off in the Winnipeg zone. 6-4, and that is visitor. That's visitor left wing. That's Lomberg. Lomberg has it. 4-8. 4-8 is a rebound. Lomberg, a 1-10-3. Nope. And let's see if they clear it. Let's see if they clear it. But first, let me see here. 4-10. And that is left defense. That is Mahura will get it, but they get a chance to clear. 1 + 4 is 5, -1 by the screen. 2-12, they clear. No, Mahura has a rebound shot. He has a 1-2-1, but that is a 1-11. Mahura he didn't have any goals. And Hellebuck, 3-8, will hold on to it. So still no score here in this game between the Panthers and the Jets. You kind of feel this is almost the way this game is being played. You feel there's almost a Stanley Cup playoff game the way this is going. Face-off in the Jet zone. Lundell and Nemestikov. 4-6, and that is home right defense. That's visitor right defense. It's Balinskis. Right defense. Balinskis has it. And 4-3, and he ices it. So that's pretty quick. Face off back in the Florida zone. And 2-3, and that is home right wing, and that is Kupari. Kupari will get that. Kupari, a 4-8, and that is going to be shot of greater than the die. That is a 3. No, that'll be taken away by Mahura. Mahura grabs it. 4-6, and that's going to be a penalty on Josh Mahura. Does he take anybody with him? 1-9, and no. That's going to be a 2-minute minor on Mahura. So another penalty coming up, another 5-on-4 for the Jets. So they're going to go bring on so we're going to see a change in lines. So Panthers will bring out the main line here. Panthers will do the same thing on the forward line. And once again, a penalty, and the Jets will go on the power play. And it will be Verhaeghe going out. 5-on-4 for the Jets. Power play in the Panther zone. 2-7, and that is home left defense. And that is Morrissey. 4-7. 4-7 is a rebound shot. 1-8-3. 1-7-2. That's actually on net. Bobrovsky, 6-11, and he scores! Josh Morrissey gets a shot on net, and a 6-11 is an RDG. And since it's in range, it's not a rebound. That is a goal. Josh Morrissey of the Jets puts him up 1-0 on a power play. Arena cheers. Yay! Section 518 groans. Power play goal for Josh Morrissey, of all players, for either team. So Morrissey gets a goal. We'll see who the assists go to. So you have assists of, let's see, 22, 36, 49, 61. 61. First, you got to see how many assists. So 3-7. And that is 2 assists. 3-7. So the first one is Ehlers, is a 22. He's a 22. Don't need the red die. It's a 22, 3-4. And yeah, so Ehlers is going to get the first assist. And the second assist, let's see, Lowry is a 14. 4. Let's see, it's 14. Nope, he doesn't get it. Appleton is a 13. 4. Nope, he won't get it. And DeMello's a 12. 3-6. He won't get it. That's it. It's only 1 assist instead. So Morrissey gets the goal and Ehlers gets the assist. A goal by Josh Morrissey. He had 10 goals last year, and that is good enough to put the Jets up 1-0 as finally somebody breaks through here on a power play goal. .24 left to play third period. Jets have a 1-0 lead on my Stanley Cup champion Panthers. And we're at center ice. So Barkov and Lowry will face off. 3-8. And that is right defense. That goes to DeMello for Winnipeg. And DeMello will have it. DeMello 3-6. And that is a 2. That's not getting through anything. That's going to go back to Carter Verhaeghe. He will take the puck. Verhaeghe will hold on to it. And now make a play with it. 5-6. And Carter Verhaeghe is going to be called for a penalty. Carter Verhaeghe is going to be called for a penalty. They're going to call him for slashing. And another power play coming up for the Jets. So right now the Panthers are self-destructing here in this period. We're going to go to a new line as well. So will Winnipeg. And we will see. That is going to be what we got. They're going to put that on Luosterainen. So another 5-on-4 penalty here for the Jets. They already have a 1-0 lead on a power play goal. And now the Jets are trying to go ahead and get another one. Face off in the zone. And that is a 4-5. 4-5 is home right defense, actually. So Forsling actually wins the puck. 1-6, and that is a rebound shot, actually, for Forsling. So Forsling, his shorthandedness is a 1-3. 1-9. Not going to work. And let's see, do they clear to 2-12? No, they won't clear. That's actually going to be a rebound back to Forsling. So Forsling's going to have a rebound shorthanded shot, but that's not going to work. That's not going to work. And Hellebuck, 2-6, is gonna give it around, and then the left wing Kachuk is going to get it. So Panthers actually have it, holding on in this power play, 1-9, and that is a P2. But that's going to be intercepted already by Sandberg. So Sandberg intercepts the puck. 2-8. 2-8 is offsides, and they'll stop play. 12 minutes left to play here. 1-0 Jets. A power play goal by Josh Morrissey. Unbelievable. As my Panthers can't get anything early here in this season, but they did lose this game too. Face off in neutral zone. 6-4, and that is visitor left wing. That is Kachuk. Kachuk wins the puck. 5-10 and D8. Yeah, Kachuk's going to have a shorthanded shot. 1-7-2. Not getting it. And 6-8 on Hellebuck. He's going to hold on to it. So Matthew Tkachuk had a rebound, had a shot on Hellebuck, but he'll hold on to it. So the Panthers are holding the Jets off on this power play so far. So still 1-0 Jets. Face off in the Jet zone on the power play. They have a power play, 3-10, and that goes to home left wing, Kyle Connor. Connor will get that. And 4-7, and that is, let's see, that is going to be a pass if greater than intimidation bars. And what is that here? Let's see, 4-7, keep track. 4-7 at, but greater than the die. And no, that's going to be taken away. That's going to go to the center, but there's nobody there on the interception. So the player actually keeps the puck. So Connor actually keeps it, but the power play is over. So Luosterainen comes out now. We'll see a line change soon. Connor, 6'4", D7. And nope, that'll be taken away. That'll be handled by OEL. He'll take that puck away. Panthers still have it. 4-10. Ekman Larson, a D8. He's going to have a shot. Oliver Ekman Larson, a 1-10-2. That's a 1-9-3. That's a shot on goal. Can Hellebuck finally let one through? 3-2. Yes, he does. Scores! Oliver Ekman Larson gets the goal, and the game is tied. 3-2 left wing. There's a slow one there as Oliver Ekman Larson gets the goal. And we got a tie game at 1. Section 518, cheers. Yay! Finally get one past Hellebuck. Oliver Ekman Larson winds up with the goal. Of all players. So let's see who wound up with it here. So let's see who got it. So Oliver Ekman Larson gets the goal. His first of the season. See who gets the assist. And 3-10 on the Panther assist card is a 2. So let's see who gets the assist here. So let's see. So 33, 42, 60, 73 is the card we need. So let's see who gets the assist. So Oliver Ekman Larson got the goal. Who gets the assist here? So first up is Tkachuk, 33. And yeah, he'll get it. So Tkachuk will get the first assist, his first, I believe, of the season. And the second assist, let's see, Rodriguez is an 18. And 6-6, no. Next one is Forsling. Nope, he won't get it. Luosterainen is a 9. He's next. Nope, he won't get it either. So only one assist is going to go to Matthew Tkachuk to Oliver Ekman Larson. As Tkachuk is going to wind up with the assist for the Panthers to tie this game up. So tied at 1 here. And they'll see a line. They'll see a we'll go ahead and do a line. We'll do a line change. So Larson will come out, and they will go with the second line, Kulikov and Mikula, and they will bring on the Sandberg and Schmidt line. And we have these lines here. So 10:24 left to play in regulation. Now tied at 1, as Ekman Larson gets a goal and Tkachuk gets one. Face off at neutral ice. So let's see here. Face off neutral ice. 4-8. And that is a right wing, home right wing. That's Appleton. Appleton 2-9 and P3. P3, and that's going to be a good pass. That'll go to Ehlers. 6-7 for Ehlers. That is a 12. That's going to be a shot for Ehlers. He's a 2-6. He's a 2-6-1. Nope. That'll be off the mark. Off the mark, 110. Bobrovsky can't hold on to it. It goes back to Nate Schmidt for Winnipeg. Schmidt's got it. And that is 6-8 for him. That's a rebound. 1-6-1. One, and they got two blockers actually. Two blockers actually. A 3 and 11 would be an automatic block, but that's a 9. So 1-6-1. That's a 1-9-1, so it doesn't matter anyway. But it is a rebound though. 5. Do they clear? 3-2-5 screen 4. 2-12. No, they won't clear, and that's going to go to Ehlers. Ehlers has a rebound shot, and 2-6-1. That's a 2-7-2. That's going to be saved by Bobrovsky. And 5-11, and he gives that to the left wing Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe takes it. 4-5. Verhaeghe, 4-5 is an automatic shot. 2-8-1 on Hellebuck. No. Hellebuck will save that aside. 3-5, and that'll go back to Verhaeghe. So Verhaeghe gets that back as Hellebuck gets that. Verhaeghe 3-2, H3, and that'll be taken away by Sandberg. 8:24 left in the period in the third. 4-7. 4-7 is iced. So 8 minutes to go. They will make line changes. All teams will make line changes here. They will ice it and go to their next lines. Face off in the Winnipeg zone between Scheifele and Luosterainen. Mike in the Truck joins us here late here at Canada Life Center. A 1-1 tie between the Panthers and the Jets. This was game 2 of last year's season. 2-6, and that is home right wing. That goes to Velarde. Velarde will get that. 6-6, and that is D6. That's going to be a shot. Velarde, a 3-3-1, 1-10-5. That is on net. Bobrovsky, a 3-9, and saved by Bobrovsky. He gets it to Tkachuk. Tkachuk makes a shot off of Velarde. That is a good shot. That's a good save by Bobby. Tkachuk will get it now. Tkachuk, a 4-5, and he is called for a penalty. It'll be a 2-minute minor. Let's see what he's called for, if it goes anyone else with it. 3-4, and nope, that's just going to be a 2-minute minor on Tkachuk. So the Jets will go on the power play at 7:12 left in the period in regulation here. Tied at 1. Tkachuk called for a penalty, and it will go to this line here, the Lomberg line, and they will take out. Actually, no. They will go back to the Verhaeghe. They'll go back to the main line, and Oliver Larson as well. They will go. They will bring out their main line and go to the Pionk line. So power play, and it'll be Verhaeghe out. So 5-on-4 in the neutrals in the Panthers zone. 1-1 tie here. 1-9. 1-9 is actually home defense, right defense. Pionk, he will get that. And 5-5, that is a 4 plus. That is a 4 plus 2 is a 6 plus 1 is 7. Pionk is actually is that gonna be good enough though? Because they are in the defensive zone face off. So let's see. So was that a 5-5? So that is 4. So it becomes a 7. So 3, 8, 11, 15, and PK4 7. Believe it or not, that is still going to be a shot for Pionk. Pionk, a power play shot, 171. Nope. And that is a 1-6, and that'll be faced off by Bobrovsky. He'll hold on to it. So Neil Pionk tried to take a shot, but Bobrovsky goes in and holds on to it. Face off in the Panthers zone, in defensive zone, 5-8, and that is power play center. So Adam Lowry wins it, 5-2, and he ices it. Yeah, he does. He ices it. That's an icing, and it'll be a face off in the Jet zone. 1-9, and that goes to Pionk for Winnipeg. 3-7 on his card, and he ices the puck again. So now we're down to. So now we go back to the face-off in the Jet zone. 5-6, and this is power play left defense, and this time it's Brendan Dillon. He'll go ahead and get that. 2-2, and that is a 2. And that's not getting, and that is not getting by that. That not with that defense. So 2-2, that's going to be taken by Gustav Forsling of the Panthers. 4-6 for Forsling. 4-6 is an 8. And against the power play team, left and right defense. So 3-6 plus 2 is 8. Is 8, and Forsling's actually going to have a shorthanded shot, which is almost there, but not quite. 1-4, and that's going to be saved by Hellebuck. It'll go to Barkov, but that is the end of the power play. So again, nothing there for the power play. Barkov's got it. Barkov will take it, keeping the same lines on the ice. Barkov, 5-7. And Sasha has an 8. So, and that's not getting through that defense. That's a good defensive play by Lowry. Lowry will take that. 4-11 for Lowry, and D7. That's not getting through that. Barkov will take it back. And 3-9. 3-9 is a D4. And that's not going to get by Pionk or Dillon, and that'll be taken back by Lowry. So Barkov and Lowry are trading the puck back and forth, as we will see a line change here. Lowry does have the puck. He still keeps the puck, though. Lowry has it. 6-6. And that is a 4, and he is not getting through Kulikov, Mikola, Starainen. He's going to lose that puck to Mikola. Lowry comes off, and the next line comes on for Winnipeg. So Mikola will have it. 3:36 left in regulation. 4-4 for Mikola. That is a 6. And 1-3-4-5. That's going to be a shot from Mikola. He has a 1-6-5. That's not getting through Hellebuck, though. And 5-8 on 5-8 is right wing. That goes to Rodriguez. Rodriguez has it. Time running out here in the third. 6-8 for Rodriguez. That is an 8. He's going to have a shot. Rodriguez is a 1-9-1. He's not getting that. Rodriguez makes a shot there, but ain't going to work. 5-5, and Hellebuck will do a face-off. So 2:48 left to play here in the third, tied at 1. In a game that had 10 goals historically, And we're still tied. And we're tied at 1 here. So Lusterranen and Scheifele will face off in the zone. First lines are ready to come on immediately. 3-5, and that is home left defense. That is Schmidt. Schmidt, a 4-7, and that is a P4, and that is going to be greater than the intention bars. That'll go to Scheifele. Scheifele will have it. Makes a good pass. Scheifele, a 1-12. That is a 4. That's not getting through the defense. That'll be taken by Rodriguez. Rodriguez has it. And now the top lines will come back on the ice for the final play of the period. So Rodriguez still has the puck. 6-6, and that is a 5. That's not going to get through, and that's taken by Dylan DeMello, as now the main line comes back on for the Panthers. DeMello on there. 1:36 left to play. 4-6. 4-6 for DeMello is offside, and we're going to have a face-off. 1:12 left to play in the third period. Still tied at 1. Are we going to be going to overtime here again? Who knows? Barkov and Lowry face off. Neutral zone, neutral ice. 6-4, and that goes to visitor left wing. That goes to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe will take it. 3-8, and that is a 9. And 4-7, 8-9. That's going to be a shot for Verhaeghe. A 2-8-1. Can't get anything going with these. And 6-5, and that goes back to the left defenseman, though, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. OEL has it now for the Panthers. And a 5-8 for him. And that's a rebound chance on Hellebuck. Rebound chance. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, no blocks, so a 1-10-2. Nope. Rebound chance, though, 4-4 to 4-9. Any screens? No. So 5-7-3, they clear. 5-7-2, they do clear, and that actually is going to go. That's going to be a clear to the left defenseman Morrissey. So DeMello and Morrissey make a good clear, and Morrissey will have it. And 1-9, and that is a P2, and that's going to be a good pass. That's going to be a good pass. That goes to Lowry. Final play of the period. Lowry will take it. Lowry 6-7, and that is a P4. That is a P4. That is greater than intimidation bars. That goes to the right wing, Mason Appleton. But we're going to overtime. So we're going to overtime here in the third period, tied at 1 between the Panthers and the Jets. We're going to a 5-minute overtime, 3-on-3. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We're going into overtime. And now regular season overtime, I know, is a little different than playoff overtime. So let me just check the 3-on-3 rules here real quick and see how we're doing this. Two skaters, 2 positions, 1 defenseman in the C spot. Use power play rules while skaters use their P shooting range. All right. So 3-on-3 overtime. So they do a so place 3 skaters, 2 defensemen, and so put 1 forward and one forward in the center spot and 2 defensemen in the wings. So team defense. Place 3 skaters, 1 defenseman in the C spot, 2 forwards. Both with 1 forward in the C. So 2 forwards and 1 defenseman. Okay, so 2 forwards and 1 defenseman, or 2 defensemen and 1 forward. So let's create a line real quick. So Barkov's center. So we're going to have Verhaeghe and Reinhardt at center, and we'll have Forsling here for the power play. So that'll be the power play lines for the Panthers. Barkov will be coming out, although Barkov really should be in there, but I'll go with these guys. For them, we'll move Lowry into the left wing spot for Winnipeg. That's Ehlers will leave. And their defenseman will be Morrissey. So those are your overtime lines. I'm going to use the whole lines for the entire overtime period. So those are your lines for the overtime period. So for Verhaeghe, Forsling, and Reinhardt, Appleton, Morrissey, and Lowry for the Jets. As we now go into overtime. All right. Oh boy. All right. So let's see what happens here. So overtime begins 3-on-3. 6-7, and that goes to left wing. Visitor left wing, that goes to Verhaeghe. So Verhaeghe will start with it. So 2-10. 2-10 is a 14. That's going to be a shot. That's going to be a shot for him. 2-8. That's going to easily beat these guys, I believe. 2-14. Let me just see here. So 14 is a 3. Yeah, that's going to be a 14 is high enough. So Verhaeghe, a 2-8-1. Nope. Hellebuck will get that. And 6-8. And that's going to be faced off. So Hellebuck will hold on to it. Face off in the jet zone. 4-9. 4-9 is visitor left defense. I need these rules here real quick. See, so visitor. So puck going to empty left defense goes to left wing. Okay, so actually goes to left wing, so it goes to Verhaeghe. So Verhaeghe gets it. And that is 4-8. 4-8 is an @ sign. At play codes are shot on goal of any player, including the player position that has a pass rating. He does have a pass rating. So on a shot on goal of any player, including that has a pass rating. So he does. So Carter Verhaeghe does have a pass rating. It's a pass of 1. That's a shot on goal for Verhaeghe. 2-8-1. And nobody can get anything here. And 4-10. 4-10, and that goes back to Verhaeghe. He's going to get that puck back, as Hellebuck makes the save. Verhaeghe 6-5, and that is a 5. Let me just see something here. Defense ratings of all 3 positions. That is a 5, so 3, 6. That's going to be stolen away. That's going to be taken by Appleton. Appleton will take the puck for the Jets. 6-5 for Appleton. That is a pound sign, and that's going to be a face-off as that goes out of play. So Verhage had a couple of shots, but couldn't get it by Hellebuck. Face off in neutral ice. 2-10, and that is home center. Morrissey will get that. 4-9 for Morrissey. That is a 7. That is a 7, and 3, 3, 3, 8, 4 is 12, and 3 on 3 actually becomes an 8. That's going to be stolen. That's going to be taken away by Verhage. Verhage gets the puck back. 1-7 for Verhage. PPS. Let's see here. All skaters use their P shooting range. Both teams use power play rules. So die roll 6 and PP results. Die roll 6 and power play results go to center. PPS. So that should be even strength. That should be interception, shouldn't it? Use power play rules. No, it's pass. So it is a pass. That's a pass to Forsling. So Forsling gets that. Forsling has the puck. Forsling 2-6, and he ices it. Face off in the Panthers zone. 1-10, and that is home left wing. That's Lowry for the Jets. 6-7 for Lowry. That is a P4. And pass greater intimidation bars. That's going to be a pass. That's going to P4. That's going to be a pass. That's going to go to. He's actually going to hold on to it. Lowry to Appleton. Back to Lowry. 2 minutes left to play in reg. 2-7. Both teams, of course, got a point. So 2-7 for Lowry is a 5. That's going to be stolen. That'll be taken away by Forsling. Forsling has that. He won't get through the defense. Forsling 3-6, and that's a pass. That goes. He'll pass back to himself. He'll keep the puck. Forsling 1-10. That is a 9. And let's see, 3-7, 11. And the 9 is going to be better than that. Forsling's going to have a shot. 1-9-4. Nope. Hellebuck will get that. 2-4, and that goes back to Verhage. Verhage will get that now. 48 seconds left in the overtime. 3-7. And he does have a pass rating. That's going to be a shot on goal. That's going to be a shot on goal for him. That's going to be a shot on goal for Verhage. Verhage a 2-9. Nope. Hellebuck's going to make that play. 1-9 for Hellebuck. That goes to left. That goes to Adam Lowry. So Lowry's going to get the puck now. Lowry a 6-10 and D8. Better than the defense. So 3-6, 3-8, 12. That's going to be a shot for Lowry. Lowry's going to have a shot here at the last minute. 2-5-3. No, that's going to be saved by Bobrovsky. I think we're going to a shootout. 5-7 and face off Bobrovsky. And we're going to a shootout. So nobody wants to win the game tonight. Tied at 1 here between the Panthers and the Jets. And we're going to a shootout. Incredible. So now I got to get the shootout rules. I know we're here someplace. Here they are. So here are the shootout rules. So let's see what happens. So timeout on the ice as I try to get the players for the shootout. Both coaches select 3 players to participate in the shootout. The home team is the option of shooting first or second. The shootout ends if one team's an insurmountable lead. All right, so Who's going to do the shootout? So it will be shootout rating SO below the penalty ratings. So Sam Reinhart has an 8. So he'll be the first one to go for the shootout. So the home team is okay. So the shootout rating on the Skaters card adjusted according to the Police goalie rating. Okay, so Reinhardt has an 8. He's going to be the first one. And absolutely. Then we'll go with Verhage for the Panthers for the second. And I think you got to go with Barkov. So it'll be Reinhardt. So it'll be Reinhardt, Verhage, and Barkov will be the shooters for the Panthers. Shooters for the Panthers. Shooters for Winnipeg. They don't have anybody with a good shootout rating, do they? No. So it's going to be their top players. So it'll be Appleton, Morrissey, and Lowry. That'll be their shooters. I can't believe we're actually have to do a shootout. Okay, so overtime period, shootout time. So let's see how this works. And let's see who will go first. Home team has a choice. I think they would usually let the visiting team go first in this case, so they have to know what they got to do. But we'll roll. So odd, Florida, even Winnipeg. So Winnipeg's actually going to go first. Okay. And we'll use these markers to say who's shooting. Okay, so take the shootout rating, SO, below the penalty ratings on the Skaters card, adjusted according to the opponent's goalie rating. Okay, so first off is going to be Mason Appleton. He'll be first. He has a shootout rating of 0. He's going up against Sergei Bobrovsky. Now, where is the goal? The goalie rating is a -1 for Bobrovsky. So Appleton rating cannot exceed 10 or be less than 0. So if an A subtract, take the shootout rating with the penalty rating of the Skaters card and just according to the opposed goalie rating. So where is the goalie rating? Goalie rating is that shootout -1. Take the shootout rating below the penalty ratings on the Skaters card, which is right here. So Appleton's a shootout of 0. And Bobrovsky, the goalie rating, just to the opposing goalie rating. If an A subtract 2 from the rating, if a B subtract 1 from the rating, if a D add 1 to the rating, if an F well, Bobrovsky's shootout rating is a -1. So Appleton has a rating of 0. And so his rating then would be, he can't go below 0, obviously. King Leslie says roll on the chart. You can't, so you roll on the chart. Okay, so I guess they're using the shootout rating here. So -1. So Appleton is the first one to go. And he is a 0. Bobrovsky is a -1. So Appleton, according to this, if I'm doing this right, Appleton scores on a 1-6-1. A 1-6-2. Wow. No, he doesn't score. So nothing there. A 1-6-1 and a 1-6-2 he would have scored. So no, he does not. So now Reinhardt gets a shot. And Reinhardt has a shootout rating of 8. So he scores on a 5.95 on Hellebuck, which he does. So Reinhardt gets a goal here on a shootout. So Reinhardt gets 1. So 1 for the Panthers. Morrissey is a 0 on Bobrovsky. So a 1-6-1. 1-10-3. No, Bobrovsky saves it. And now Verhaeghe. He has a 0 on a 0. So a 1-6-1 on Hellebuck. Nope. And Hellebuck saves that. Now Lowry will go. Panthers already have a 1-0, so Lowry has got to make this. If he doesn't, the Panthers will win it in 2-1 in a shootout. So Lowry is a 1-6-1. Nope, he doesn't make it. Bobrovsky will make the save, and if I'm following the shootout rules right, the Panthers just won the game. And they will win this 2-1 in shootouts as Sam Reinhart gets the only goal in the shootout on Connor Hellebuck. And the Panthers will win this 2-1 via shootout in overtime. And the Panthers will get 2 points. I don't know if I did that 100% right. I'll check it out, but I'm gonna take it as it is. Section 518 cheers. Yay! Arena groans. So the Panthers are going to win this game 2-1 on Winnipeg. And they're going to go to 1-1 on the season. And they'll have 2 points now. Ekman Larson got the only regular goal for the Panthers. Tkachuk got an assist. Morrissey got a goal for Winnipeg. Ehlers got an assist. So the Panthers win this 2-1 via shootout. As I'm going to take that. I'm going to take it as it is. I'll double check, but that's how I'm going to rule it. So maybe a little boring, but that's how it goes sometimes. You get these games. Thank you all for joining me tonight who decided to actually stick through this whole thing. Please leave a like on your way out to the X-ray machines. Subscribe if you've not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. The next game for the Panthers was game number 3 of the season, and they were at the New Jersey Devils. And that was the next game for the Panthers in 23-24. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. I'll see you guys next time. Panthers beat the Jets 2-1 via overtime shootout. We'll see you next time. Take care, guys.